Okay. When do you recommend taking the first workshop in comparison to Walden's study plan? Is it after the first core course? When would it be best? So I'm assuming you are talking about when would you take the pre-proposal workshop? The only prerequisite for that is that you have a chair and committee and that you have a topic that you're working on, and then you can take the pre-proposal. So I think it's just when you're ready, when you're going to have 6 weeks that you want to dedicate to working every week on a component of your pre-proposal. And the same goes for the other workshops. Once you have an accepted pre-proposal or prospectus or premise, you can move on to the proposal aspects, the proposal workshops, but you do have to have a working document, a working draft of those sections that you want to take a workshop for, because each week in weeks 2 through 5, I think you might remember, you're submitting up to 5 pages for one-on-one review with your instructors. So if you don't have 15 pages to submit, it might not be the best use of your time until you get that much down so that you can get feedback on that. Let me go back up. Can I take one of these workshops if I'm not completing a course in that semester?
Yes, academic advisor.
I'm not sure about.
Because there are some financial implications of doing it that way, because you cannot use financial aid to cover the workshop costs.
It looks like you guys are catching up, so maybe I need to go down further for newer ones. Will the Writing Center review my entire prospectus? So do you mean, Gloria, do you mean through the workshop or through appointments in the Writing Center? With the workshops, each week, again through weeks 2 through 5, you submit a part of your prospectus that you will get one-on-one feedback on. Appointments. Sean or Emily, I don't know.
Yeah, to be clear, we're not part of the Writing Center. We're part of the Academic Skills Center. So any specific questions about the Writing Center, you could send to writing support at mail.waldenu.edu. But, and what was the question exactly about the Writing Center?
Oh, can they review the entire prospectus?
I don't think so, but let me go just take a look quick.
And Amanda is asking, are all of the weekly assignments in relation to our personal writing? By personal writing, do you mean your specific proposal draft? Yes. Yes. We're not asking you to complete assignments outside of your proposal draft other than your writing assessment, and then in week 6 how you're going, it's a short assignment on how you're going to carry forward with some SMART goals to keep the momentum of the writing work that you've done so far. Can we use the prospectus draft in the pre-proposal class? Yes, Emmanuel. So if you have a prospectus draft already written and it hasn't been approved yet and you want to work on that, yes, the pre-proposal workshop is the one for you.
All right, I have a question in the chat that I want to not have to type out. Going back to Maria and Jennifer, asking about the proposal, or the prospectus. Prospectus workshop is really designed to help students who have not started writing a prospectus yet or a premise. So if you already have a draft and you're waiting on approval, that's not a great class for you, because you're going to repeat a lot of the information that you've already done. And so that's what I mean when I say that's not, if you already have one underway or you're already working on one, that's not a great class. Instead, what you should do is wait until you are working on your, as part of your proposal, until you have an approved prospectus or premise, and then you move on to the proposal. And again, these workshops are focused on helping you revise and edit, not do an initial draft. So you really do want to wait, as Brenda said earlier, until you have a working draft of your document before you take one of those. So proposal, intro, lit review, method section, or post proposal. Otherwise, you're going to be working on the same stuff every single week. And the idea is to really help you polish and improve all the writing issues that you have in your proposal or post-proposal sections. So I hope that helps, Maria and Jennifer. I hope that helps clarify. Please let me know in the chat if it doesn't. You're right, Jennifer. You probably shouldn't start writing. That's what I mean. You probably shouldn't start writing any. You probably should not take any of our courses until you have an approved prospectus and you know that that's the trajectory that you're going to go on. I would wait until you have that approved prospectus at this point before you take any of our classes. Once you do have an approved prospectus, you'll take your 9,000 course, and then when you are working on the literature review, think about taking the literature review course, because that's a place that people. I hope that helps.
I hope that answers. It depends which workshop you take based on what your
So I just want to clarify to Gloria and Tanita, yes, you should wait until you have an approved prospectus before you start working on literature review. I'm sorry that I didn't make that clear, but yes, you should wait, because if your prospectus and FMATA, yeah, I'm not sure that you should be working on a literature review yet, because if you don't have an approved topic, then you might be pulling a lot of lit and having to then pull different lit if your topic isn't approved already. So so your perspective, or your premise, or your prospectus is where you propose your topic, and then once that's approved, then you should start actually writing the rest of your information. Does that make sense? Because you don't want to end up spending a lot of time on writing a literature review that then you have to go back and redo, or if your topic has to change based on whatever feedback you get from your committee and your chair. Not going to work for where you're at right now. The other thing I do want to say is, because if you're just starting to draft those proposal sections, I would not recommend that you take a workshop at this time. Wait until you have something to revise and edit before you take one. If you want to work on the literature review, thanks for mentioning that, Maria. That's a different subject, because we actually do have a class that's designed for capstone students that will help you start writing your capstone literature review. And that is CAEX 8350 for quarter students, or CAEX 8351 for semester students. That course would be great if you need to start writing a literature review, similar to the prospectus or the preproposal workshop, where we assume that you don't have anything done yet coming into that. We assume you don't have anything done coming into the writing a literature review course. We just revised this course. It's great. It's 8 weeks long, but it will help you get started actually writing a literature review, and it will push you to write a literature review. So if you need something like that, that's a great course.